everybody. All right. Hi, guys. Are you ready for an update? Update. Because why not? Let's do it. Milady, you're going to help Mama? Oh, her's such a big help. And her's beautiful, too, so it's a bonus. Hi, guys. Wow. I have so many updates that I just could not wait until Friday because I couldn't. Hi guys. We had tropical smoothie today, which is delicious if you guys haven't had any. All right, let's go over these updates. My goodness, we have got a bit. So, and you're missing our beautiful Lynette because she is back doing Humane Ohio paperwork to get that done. So, thank you. All right. Mods, pay attention because I haven't even gone through all of this with them. Okay, let's do it. So, kitties everywhere. We have got more kitties than imaginable. So, all my note takers, get out a pen and paper. You too, mods, because there's some kitty updates that I haven't gone over with you guys, and let's just get them caught up, okay? If you don't like kitties, this is not the update for you. Because I got some. Okay, my lady, stop. I am going to tell the cam moderators on you. Okay. So, first update. All right. On July 3rd. On July 3rd, we had a kitty surrendered to us. I have a picture of him. It is a boy. His name is Gandalf, and I will spell that because it is a bit of an unusual spelling. It's Gandalf. Gandalf. Truly, that's just always been his name, so I've kept it. It's Gandalf. I don't know. He just seems like a Gandalf. So this baby is, let me give you his birthday. This baby's date of birth is 7/3/23. He was brought into us by a family that we're familiar with. We know them. They've actually adopted a couple kitties from us. He was brought in because they've had him since they've adopted 2 kitties from us. He is the nicest boy in all the lands. There's Gandalf. He is a brown tiger with the orangest eyes I think I've ever seen. There he is. So he was brought in because he just is a little too playful. He plays with our kitties that the family has, and he's just a little too rough. Nicest boy, very sweetie. So he is not from here. This kitty is not from here. He is just a family's kitty. They've adopted 2 kitties from us, and they had Gandalf as well. Our 2 kitties are doing fantastic. Gandalf is just plain way too rough with them, and I've been helping them over the last few months trying to get that squared away, and unfortunately he's just he gets a little overexcited. So first we have Gandalf. So there's that. He's a very nice boy. Was there a Gandalf here? There might have been a Gandalf here, but it is not the same one. So there's Gandalf. I kept his name truly just because it's what he's always known. I do know sometimes I changed it, but he just kind of seems like a Gandalf, so I just have left it. So that's the first update for you is Gandalf. The next update I have, as we've got a few, the next update is On the 7th, we have taken in an inky kitty from our wonderful volunteer, Shaylin. This kitty was found at Home Depot. They found homes for the other kitties or someone to care for the other kitties, but not this one. So this kitty is I only have him at 19 days old. And you're going to say, is it a boy or a girl, Megan? I don't know yet. It's pretty little, so it's kind of hard to tell. So that's kind of where it's at. I'm not quite sure on what it is. Let me see here. The date of birth is 6/20/25. And it is 19 days old. So I always just say a generic he. He is, this is him last night. What's up by his eye is food. He is a little inky. That's food. I was trying to feed the wrong area. Kept trying to get him to look up. He's just a cute little wee one. So we have a little inky. So that is at my house. I'm feeding it with the other babies, Jude, Ruffles, and oh my goodness, Finny. Jude, Ruffles, and Finny, and then I've got this new inky. So he actually kind of just fit into the mix. Great. He's doing wonderful. So that's, ooh, this cam, why is it update? Why are you being weird and fuzzy? There we go. Yeah, so yet another inky. I know, darn it. So we have that. Jude's family is growing bigger and bigger. That is so true. And Jude's also growing bigger and bigger. Jude is getting so big. He's doing very well. He's pretty much eating completely on his own now. That just happened the last like maybe 2 days that I have not syringed him hardly at all. He's eating on his own. So 1 down, 3 to go. Finny is also pretty much eating all on his own. I'm kind of doing a little offset with him, feeding him, and then of course this new little inky, and Ruffles is still eating out of a syringe. So we've got that going on. Yeah, having them, having Jude eating on his own is actually teaching them all. The little tiny baby inky actually started eating out of the bowl the other day because he saw Finny do it, or Jude do it. So kind of crazy. I was like, you're way too little, but okay, help yourself, I guess. So we've got that. So boy, we are over. Oh yeah, look, I'll show you a picture. Look, this is so funny. I showed the mods last night. I think I showed the mods. Mods, didn't I show you a picture of my house? Yeah, I did. This is my dining room table. That's my dining room table. That is a huge carrier. Taking up my whole dining room table. It's gonna feel empty when I move that carrier out. How's Finny eating with the button? Oh my gosh, I got a fantastic picture of Finny today with his little button. He looks so cute. He was dead to the world. And yes, the button's all brown and mucky and gross, but can you see the little button on the bottom of the chin? Look how cute, though, for real. So cute. Finny eats amazing. Amazing. How's Lynette today? She's good. She's doing paperwork for Humane Ohio. She's got to get those out. We've got Humane Ohio next week, so she's got to get to them. So she's like, would you rather me go up with you or do this? And I'm like, you better do that paperwork. So, yeah. So home's been a little chaotic. Luckily, all the babies are now eating on every 4 hours. So it makes life a little bit easier. So I'm going home about 5 and I don't have to feed them till 7 or till 8. So I have plenty of time to get a couple hours of schoolwork done in between there, wrap that up, and then get ready for feeding the babies. So it's been a little chaotic at home, but we're gonna get it. I have not seen my mother, who lives on the same property, in like 2 weeks. Poor mom. I love you, mom. What happened to the kitten to cause the button? That's Finny. Finny has the button. Generally what we see is generally when they're thrown from a car, for some reason, it's just the anatomy of cats. They land on their face and pull that chin right down, and it just becomes detached. So they have to pull it down a little further, scruff up the gum, and then put the lip back, and then put that button there to hold it in place. So how's your Eric doing? Do you mean my husband Eric? If you mean my husband Eric, he's doing very well. Yeah, he's been helping a lot with the babies because it's in the house, really, because it's just a lot happening going on right now. So he's doing good though, but he's been very busy helping me. Bless his heart. He did not realize that he he would be involved in baby rearing too, but he is. So for a while I was actually so tired that I was really struggling waking up in the middle of the night to feed the babies. So he was actually waking up to come wake me up. So bless his heart for doing that, interrupting his sleep just to come wake me up. How's Salem and Oscar that lives with my mom? They're doing amazing. Logan, I think I understood what you meant. How do my dogs like kitties in the house? Gizmo and Hagrid don't mind them at all. Zoe, my boxer, does not like kittens. She does not like cats at all. She doesn't like them. She luckily doesn't mess with them while they're on the table, anything like that. So, who's the baby sitting by the car? Ooh, I think they're gone now. Oh, this one. Do you mean that one? That's Doriccio, and that's Alma. So those are a handful of updates that I have. We also have more updates, which makes for a funner day. Megan, other than being boisterous, does Gandalf appear healthy? Gandalf is the kitty that was brought in because he was just too overzealous. Incredibly healthy. Very healthy. We're still doing the basic worming, flea, all the things that we normally do on every kitty. But overall, very healthy. And he seems honestly like he's going to be like a Joaquin, where he's just super excited for life. Is Pania still doing well? She's okay. She's having her little skin issue flare up, but we are working on it. So boy, prior to that, we were just really overrun with cats, and I feel like I don't get too overwhelmed with the amount of cats that we have, but I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed, so I'm hoping we get some adoptions. And then to add to that, I think Kim and Deb had gone out this morning to take the litter out, and Deb was taking her trash out and kind of things like that. And then they heard some kitty crying. So Kim messaged me this morning and said, I hear a cat crying out here. It looks like there's 3 of them. So are you wanting to answer my phone? That's so nice. She called me and she asked what she wants me to do with them. We are just full of, in every sense of the word. So I was like, put them in carriers and just tuck them in Kitty City until I can get in there, and Lynette and I can start our processes on them. So they started loading up into carriers and realized there's not 3, there's 4. So we had 4 kittens or cats dumped this morning. So that makes for a little bit of a stressful morning to come into. It took Lynette and I, and bless Lynette's heart, she did a lot of the work because she bathed them. they were the filthiest cats. They were they were very filthy, almost as filthy as Muddles. I have a local friend here in Eastern Pennsylvania who has their own sanctuary and is getting overwhelmed as well. And Krista, yes, getting overwhelmed in rescue. I try to think all the time of what the former director said, Jackie. Jackie said, know your numbers. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get too many cats. And I feel like we're at that point right now where, let's see here.
We're at our numbers.
Yeah, we are at our numbers. So we're pretty full. So yeah. So that's where we're at. Let me go over some of the details of these cats that came in today. And I was terrible and I didn't take many pictures. So sorry guys, I will get you some pictures. But we have a black tiger in white. That is a female. And the date of birth is 2/24/25. She's about 4 years old. Sorry, excuse me, about 4 pounds. Forgive me. So we have the black tiger in white. We have a black and white female, date of birth 2/24/25. Female. We have a black female, date of birth 2/24/25. Female as well. So we've got 3 females. Then, and I don't understand this quite much, but we have another one, and this is a brown/black tiger and white. That one is a male, and he looks to be a little bit older, just a little bit. The date of birth on this one is 12/11/24. So it looks to be about 2 months older than the other babies. The other babies are about 4 months-ish. And this one looks to be about 6 months-ish. And this is the male. We did test all 4 of them. And they are luckily all negative. None appear to be spayed or neutered. They were just so incredibly dirty. It was unbelievable. Almost, like I said, to that Muddles level of dirt. So, bless Lynette, she gave them all baths this morning while we loaded up some vaccines, started them right away on a bunch of different things. So, I will show you. She looked so cute. It was making us chuckle because she was like, here's the black and white female. She was like, oh, it's bath time. So we were chuckling so bad because she was like, I love you, Sink. It was so cute. So we have them because we have nowhere else to go. We have them all in June's room, so you guys saw us bringing them all in today. Denise hurried up and got June's room cleared and prepped and ready for us to put them in there. So there's that. Yeah, so that's all of the updates. How do you know the birth dates? I just pick them. So we go by how old they are, and generally up until 6 months, it's a weight-based thing. So, a 1 pound cat is 1 month, a 2 pound cat is 2 months, and that continues all the way up to about 6 months. So we kind of just go back 6 months, pick a date, and that's how we get their birthday. Can you tell if they're likely to have just been outdoor cats? They were covered with flea dirt and dead fleas. They were and they're filthy, really filthy. So if they were outdoor cats, they're very, very friendly. So there's that. So there's not like a sister rescue that can help if you get dumped and you don't have the room. Melanie, we do work really, really well with the Humane Society. I'm good friends with the director over there, and we work with them often. If we have too much supplies, we help them when they need it. If they have too much supplies, they help us. And we've also worked in taking cats. Unfortunately, at this point, I just know, I know they're full. So I haven't even broached them, and we'll carry on a little uncomfortably for a while, and then we'll just see where we get. And I will do my best to get as many adoptions as I can, although unfortunately I don't have very many applications at this moment, although I do have a couple adoptions coming up. Those are the 4 kitties that Lynette and I put in the room today, yes. You know, Cecilia says, I love black and white cats. I wonder why they're not adopted more often. You know, I say that with all of the kitties. I look at like a plain Jane brown tiger, and I'm like, you're adorable. Why are you not like this one? This is Jelly Belly. Jelly Belly. Now, Jelly Belly is going up on Monday. So, as you guys know, Jelly's been snorky. I know. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. Jelly's been snorky pretty much her whole life. She's going to be going up Monday to check for a polyp. She's so precious. She's been on every med you can. So, can Kitty City be made into an extra hold? You know, KB, a lot of people have asked that. They're saying, Pooh Bear's mom, I'm supposed to ask you, how many cats are you taking home today?
As many as I can fit in my car.
Love it. That'll get rid of 20 easy. I'll get the small ones.
I'm not going home today.
Okay, tomorrow. Okay, Friday.
Sticking cats in her pocket all week.
So to KB's comment, KB said, why can't we, or maybe put some cats in Kitty City and things like that. You know, there's always, I mean, I could always get more pins in here. I can get,
that would be
you know,
one more place I have to clean.
And that's it. That's it. I think we're already at our max now. If we had another 20 volunteers, sure, let's get some more pins and take more. But since basically Lynette and I only do the medical right now, it's hard to keep up and hard to focus on every single cat when you have too many. So Jackie always put it in such a great way. One, when you have too many, the standard of care goes down. It just does. You can't physically do all of it by yourself. And I mean that, me and Lynette. And 2, the standard of care goes down. She can't possibly clean when I have all the pins full like they are right now. Denise, how long does it take you to change all the pins over when they're all full? 2 hours?
Yeah, pretty much.
2 hours. And that's when all the pins are...
That's just the pins. I don't count everything else.
Yeah, that's just the pins. So it's hard to... it's hard to keep up with when you have this much. So...
You know what? Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
That young boy that was in here today, he's like, Mom, it don't even stink in here.
If you have been in here, one amazing thing that I will say, like our main inside workers do, and I hope I'm not missing anybody, but like, well, even on the weekends, Vanessa, but Cam, Denise, Shaylin, they clean so much. It smells generally unbelievable in here. Really, it does. So a lot of people are like, I've smelled houses that smell worser, and they have worse, and they have a couple cats. Would you ever think about hiring another you? Yes, I would. I think that would be amazing. Lynette and I were just talking about her schedule is going to have to change a little bit with all of the 501c3 bookwork that needs done. Thank you, Kitty Francis. Kitty Francis has been in here and she's like, it doesn't smell bad at all. It really doesn't. It's generally pretty decent. I would love to hire someone that could help, but we'd have to work on how their role could be, because, you know, it's you can't just say I need to hire a vet tech, because that's not all you do. That's not all I do. You know, vet tech and HR and, you know, a cleaner and a baby feeder and a scheduler, you know, answer emails. So it's kind of hard to find someone that's like, hey, can I hire you to do everything? You know, so it's kind of tricky. But we've talked about that, and we are in talks about that, because I definitely think one of the biggest thing is we've had, I think it's close to like 20 people-ish retire in the last 4 years, because I hate to say it, but we're all getting a little older. A lot of the volunteers are getting a little older. A lot of the workers are getting a little older. So we've had so many that are retiring, you know, so I look at it, it scares me to put that in, yeah, an admin person to take, that might be handy. Yeah, it's like, I feel like if I were to go hire someone, I need to hire like an assistant, an admin, a vet tech, you know, a cleaner. Burnout is very, very real. And I'll be honest, and I don't think Lynette would mind me saying so, but we definitely experience that often, you know. But you know, it's tiring. It can be tiring, you know. So we're working on this and seeing if we can't come up with some sort of solutions. So we'll try to alleviate some of the pressures from just having Denise clean all day long and Kim clean all mornings and things like that. So we're working on that. Yeah, I like that, Robin. But yeah, even a volunteer recruiter, so much of the stuff there that you have to do every day, it's tricky because you're only, you know, like, I really want to update our store. It's just a matter of finding time to update the store. I want to find more volunteers, but that's, you know, going through and putting out ads, seeking people, interviewing people, then training people, you know, so it can get overwhelming quick. But we're working on that. Lynette and I are going to try to work on some processes and see what we can come up with. So, yeah. So we're going to work on that, but hopefully that'll alleviate some of our stress, because Lynette and I Lynette, excuse me, has been working on some of the books just briefly. So I think we're going to work on something with that too, because it's going to take a lot of work. So we're trying to work on something with that, and it takes a lot of work, and it's hard to also do that here with interruptions 100 times a day. Like, oh, and that sounded bad. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, you know, the phone rings, or I come in and I'm like, Lynette, help me, or, you know, so we're working on something. Oh my gosh, if I could have like 20 of you guys just move to Defiance, and help, that'd be so great. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Ramsey says, I didn't get no treats.
Ramsey, you didn't get no tweets?
He come out hiding.
No.
I have to get him some.
I'm sure we can figure out that. And just FYI for all you guys that would love to help, that's amazing. But I can tell you, your local rescue society, humane society, all that could use you as well. So if you do find yourself inclined, volunteer out there, and it gives you such an amazing perspective on what does go into rescue work. So set up a volunteer building. Oh my gosh, if I had $1 bazillion, Lynette and I talk all the time about what we would do to change things different, like as far as completely knocking this building down and starting over from scratch. I could think of 100 billion things to do.
He's busy.
What? She gave. Hey, I want help. I want help. So yeah. Oh my gosh, we could. I would love to set up a volunteer building and just have someone train all the time, and one can dream. And the medical room. Oh my gosh, Lynette and I need our medical room, intake room bigger. If I could clone Kim, Shaylin, Mary, and Denise, it would be awesome. Yes, I agree. Oh, and Vanessa, I'm telling you what, is a boon too.
She is too.
We have got like
fits in,
an
right?
amazing work team going on right now. Seriously. I mean, we generally are really lucky, but I mean, we've got some hard butt workers. So let's hope someone out there wins $1 billion. I don't need much, just like maybe 100 million. Okay, so so moving on. Someone mentioned some of the adoptions we have in place. I can say probably we've got a couple. We've got some interest in Allie, which is cool. I love that. Allie's a sweet, sweet kitty, and I think she would be wonderful. We also have a hold, and I don't have the exact date, so I will get that for you guys. But we do have the hold on macaroni and pickles. And the nice thing is, so they're going to go for a, they're going to do something kind of we don't often do, but it's going to be like a foster to adopt. Just because the adoptive family, who are flipping fantabulous, they have just a little bit of a weird, like home, not a weird home setup, but an unusual home setup. So we want to make sure that they'll fit perfectly in that home setup. So, but they're, I mean, super. What new toy? Oh, I think it's just laying on its side right now. Yeah. So, is Miss Charles a resident? Not necessarily. Both of them together, yes, macaroni and pickles will be going together to the same home. So, but the family is like the super duper caringest family ever. And they just really want to make sure that it's going to be a perfect setup for the kitties. And I love that they're putting the kitties' needs above their own. That's just, I mean, I could not hope for a better family. So, do we send our shirts internationally? Is it possible to buy? Yes, it is. There's a QR code up in the corner of your screen, and you can, I'm sure the mods, maybe if they have a second, can maybe throw up the link. It's hard to keep up with the kitties' names, but I'll go over a few. We've got Popsicle right here. We've got Spiker right here. Rumpelstiltskin right here. The Inky that's Oz. The Inky is Oz. Derecho, Ramsey, Alma. And I hope you remember that. I will quiz you later. And Wispy. Oh, and this one, this is Cindy. She's a little feral, but jelly belly. Then we've got Cindy, who is the hardest working gal on the farm ever.
I thought you were gonna say on the planet. I'd be like, okay.
You're like, yes, that's about right. So, up for adoption. I'm sorry, which one? I think I went over the adoptions. I can't think of any more that I have in place. So. Is Cindy up for adoption? I mean, I guess for the right fee.
No, she's not.
Actually, she's a resident. She's a peer.
What?
A peer. Peer. You pee.
Oh, well. Yeah, I pee in the cold.
Is Cindy adoptable?
I might be.
She might be for the right price. Oh, I forgot. I do also have a potential. I have someone interested in Jefferson.
Yay.
So that would be wonderful, but it's nothing set up in stone. So, do shelters sometimes have special adoption events? We do. Shelters do have special adoption events. We have not done anything like that. I'm of the same mindset as the old director where I don't want to put the kitties on special. They're not, like, I don't feel like the kitties should go on sale. They're not commodities, they're beans. So, like, I think even $100 isn't enough for you kitties because you're amazing. I think you could be worth $1 million. Joey Bowie. Joey Bowie. Her is naughty. Joey Bowie. Joey Bowie. Yes, she's going to naughty. Oh. Aunt Cindy's going to take you on a car ride tomorrow. You're going to have to, or on Monday. You're going to have to listen to jazz. I'm sorry about that. Is she not so precious? So we do actually currently offer a sponsorship. It's $20 a month. We do that as well right now. You can sponsor really any kitty. It's $20 a month, and it helps cover their. If you scroll back, I did go over the 4 new kitties that came in. Someone asked also about, you just handed me kittens.
Big helper.
I'm big boy tank. I'm big helper. See, I agree, Karen. I'm kind of the same way. You see a lot where when you adopt senior cats, they give them a deal, you know. And I was makes me sad. So I think I kind of keep how that is. How's St. Alpa? Amazing. She's awesome. She's a good, sweet kitty. Took her a while to get acclimated to the other kitties, but she's doing wonderful. She's in the back. Get acclimated to the other kitties up there. Someone asked if Heinz and Jackie are still a bonded pair. Yes, they will 100% remain together.
You know, when they say get 2 for 1 or whatever, you know.
Yeah, the 2 for 1s.
But they're already getting a deal because the cat is going to be spayed and neutered and have all its shots.
Exactly.
For the price you put into it and for what they pay, they're already getting a huge deal.
I know, and I don't like that. Yeah, I've seen local rescues and things like that, especially cat rescues, that will do a free cat day. And I feel like when you have a pet, you need to be prepared to spend $100 because we do that often. You know, when they get sick, you have to be prepared a little bit financially to cover things like that. So we do that here where sometimes someone will cover an adoption fee just for funsies, but I go a lot by my gut feeling, and of course the paperwork, but I go by a lot of the gut. It helps. I understand, Melly. It's a good suggestion. Yeah, a good way to put it. The adoption fee is a drop in the bucket for a pet's life. You guys all know it. You know how it is. Oh, good. Jackie was out a few times last night. Great. She's not hiding terribly much. So, so those are some of the updates I have. Someone asked about Amy. Amy, holy cow, guys. She is like, she just looks like, huh?
Night and day.
Yeah, night and day. Night and day. Yeah, absolutely night and day. She's insane. She's just a happy girl, though. Just super happy. They looked older in the pictures. Yeah, they do look older in the pictures. They're only about 4 pounds.
Are you learning now?
So I think that's all that. Yeah, Amy. Oh my goodness. Hey, thanks, Julie. So yeah, Amy is just absolutely astounding. If you saw her, you would be like, I don't know why this cat's in a cage. Like, she's perfect. She is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, lovey, eats, plays, gains weight, all of this stuff. Who's the oldest cat now at FFRC? I would say the oldest ones are actually some of our Barneys. We have Dude, Stripey, Dude, Stripe, and Snoopy. And they're all almost 17. Thank you, Cecilia. Appreciate that. How much longer for Amy? Amy's treatment ends on August 24th. So she's about halfway through. Thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate that. So yeah, good day. We just want to try to get some of these Kit Kats out and on their way to their forever home, ever, ever, ever. So that's the plan.